Hello everybody, it's your boy JCG. Welcome back to the lounge. So today, I come to you with a bit of an opinion/discussion piece. It's about Star Wars, as you already know by the title and the thumbnail of this video. Last week, the Star Wars YouTube channel dropped a brand new trailer for the Ahsoka series. And it was pretty good, I won't lie. However, I said the same thing about the trailers for Book of Boba Fett and Mandalorian Season 3. And those turned out to be major disappointments. You see, people, I think I can positively say that we're at a point now where it's really hard to be excited for anything Star Wars film or television related. That's only because Disney and Lucasfilm have dropped the ball with this franchise too many times now. I don't know if I want to be looking forward to the Ahsoka series, because I do think what we've gotten from the trailers looks cool. I like how this show is essentially a live-action continuation of Dave Filoni's Rebels. The show feels like there's more effort put into the production value, more so than the Obi-Wan series, which looked and felt cheap in comparison. Despite all of this though, I don't want to get my hopes up for this show. Why? Because Star Wars as of late hasn't been very good. And it honestly sucks for me to say that I don't care about Star Wars as much as I used to. But let's face it, the few good things in terms of film and television to come out of the Disney era of Star Wars were Rogue One, Mandalorian Seasons 1 and 2, Clone Wars Season 7, the Vision shorts, and, in my opinion, The Force Awakens wasn't so bad. I also heard Andor was excellent, but personally, I have no interest in that show. In recent years, Lucasfilm has pretty much soured the Star Wars brand with lackluster project after lackluster project. We all know how episodes 8 and 9 went, as well as Solo, so I won't retread that old ground. But we can't not bring up the failures that were Book of Boba Fett, Obi-Wan, and the most recent Mando Season 3. When it was announced at the end of the second season of Mandalorian that Boba Fett was getting his own spin-off, at last, we were all ready for something incredible. Considering that Mando Seasons 1 and 2 have already won us over, we all believed that Boba Fett would be given the same treatment. But alas, that wasn't the case. Book of Boba was a huge letdown. I enjoyed some parts of it for sure, don't get me wrong. That episode where Luke was training Grogu the same way Yoda trained him actually made me cry a bit. I'm being dead serious. Because that to me felt like true Star Wars. That was the Luke Skywalker that I'm 100% positive a lot of people wanted to see. Unfortunately, that episode alone wasn't enough to save the series. Poor writing choices and not enough focus on Boba himself being a badass and all pretty much derailed that show. Not to mention the fact that episodes 5 and 6 were essentially just Mando Season 2.5. And the finale completely undid the whole point of that show's first 2 seasons. Then we move on to the long-awaited Obi-Wan series. Oh boy. It still boggles my mind how they were able to ruin this. Looking back on it, Obi-Wan is the second biggest failure for modern-day Lucasfilm yet. The first is still The Last Jedi, but the Obi-Wan series takes close second. They had one job. Much like Boba Fett, people have actually been wanting an Obi-Wan spin-off for a while. This unfortunately was not how we wanted it to play out. I won't go too much into why I don't like the show, but you get the idea. It wasn't great. And it definitely does not deserve a Season 2. And most recently, we have Mandalorian Season 3. Now, do I think this season was absolute garbage? No. Book of Boba and Obi-Wan were way worse in terms of how they were handled. But that doesn't mean this season didn't have flaws, because it did. Plenty. Do I even need to mention the Jack Black and Lizzo episode? Or episode 3, which essentially felt like a completely different show. Or the fact that, as I mentioned earlier when talking about Boba, it was essentially just a retread of Season 1 because Grogu is back with Din Djarin, going on dangerous missions he shouldn't be, getting involved in events that could easily get him killed. It's not like with the first 2 seasons where he had to tag along with Din because he needed to be with other Jedi. Also, this season just felt like almost pointless filler. Almost as if most of what happened throughout hardly even mattered, aside from the Moff Gideon arc. Now here we are with the Ahsoka series, which will debut next month. And honestly, does anyone still even care at this point? Now I know that there's still a bunch of people who are excited for this show, and I myself do want to see how this ultimately turns out. But can we even say that this is going to be worth it? I mean, Book of Boba and Obi-Wan Kenobi ultimately weren't worth it. Mandalorian should have been worthwhile, but it became the worst season of the whole series. And I'm at a point where I feel like if I get too hyped for this, I'm setting myself up for disappointment yet again. Ahsoka should be an event. It should be huge. Yet something is telling me that this is probably not going to be a home run. Only time will tell. I hope it's good. If this show fails like the rest, then I think I can positively say Star Wars is over. Lucasfilm, you have one last shot. I mean, I know Dave Filoni's got something big coming up, but this is you can't fail anymore. Star Wars needs to be awesome again. It cannot be divisive, and it's been divisive for too many years, ever since the prequels. Please, make this good, make this worth it. Make people want to be hyped for this. I'm begging you. Hey, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I do plan on probably doing like a review of Ahsoka when it comes out. I'll probably do like the first 2 episodes, and then after that just wait till the whole series is done and then do a whole season review. But yeah, I'm going to try and talk about Star Wars more on this because I do love Star Wars and I just want to see it get better. But tell me your thoughts on the Ahsoka show. Are you still looking forward to it? Do you think Star Wars can actually bounce back? And can Disney and Lucasfilm actually get their newly announced movies off the ground this time? Can Kathleen Kennedy actually make it so that these movies that she had announced back at Star Wars Celebration, they actually end up happening? I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, with that all said, this is the end of the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to join the lounge. This has been your boy JCG, and I will catch you guys next time. God bless. I'm out. Deuces.